This is Thule's 500 Xsporter Pro height adjustable aluminum truck rack. The Xsporter Pro has a maximum load carrying capacity of 450 pounds and easily attaches to the bed rail using C compression clamps. No drilling is required. The quick dial allows for quick and easy height adjustments. All of the inner height adjustments are numbered to ensure the rack is evenly set on both sides. The crossbars are designed to improve fuel efficiency and noise reduction with its Air Trip Wind Diffuser technology. Locking caps are included to provide security for the truck rack, and the upcoming video will show how to set up and install the Xsporter on a Ford F-150 pickup truck. The first step of setting up the Xsporter is to assemble the saddles to all four uprights. Attach the saddle to the top of the upright using the specified bolt in the Thule instructions. To avoid cross-threading, hand tighten the bolts and then finish tightening using the Allen key. Repeat this procedure with the remaining 3 saddles and uprights. Once you have the saddles attached to the uprights, remove the upright end cap and then loosen the quick dial on the base assembly. Insert the pre-assembled upright with the black numbered notches facing the same direction as the quick dial. Be sure that the interior T-bolt slides into the gear rack channel for proper assembly, and then tighten the quick dial to secure the base to the upright. Repeat this procedure with the remaining base assemblies and uprights. Now that the uprights are fully assembled, we need to attach the uprights to the crossbars. Insert the button head cap screws through the bottom of the saddles and loosely thread on the square nuts. When threading on the nuts, be sure to have the flat side of the square nut facing down towards the saddle. Then take the uprights and slide the square nuts through the T-slot in the bottom of the crossbar. Be sure to have the rounded edge of the crossbar facing the front of the truck and keep the uprights loosely attached on the crossbar for later adjustment. Repeat on the other side of the crossbar and follow the same steps for the second crossbar. The next step before installing the Xsporter to your truck is to pre-assemble the C-clamps. The truck rack comes with 2 locking clamps and 6 non-locking clamps. When pre-assembling the locking clamp, hand thread the bolt into the outer pre-drilled hole so just a small amount of the bolt is sticking through, and then fully tighten the lock spacer to the clamp. For the non-locking clamps, thread a small amount of the bolt through the outer pre-drilled holes on the clamp, and repeat for the remaining clamps. All of the clamps have a triangulated clamp foot that needs to be inserted onto the end of the bolt, helping distribute the pressure along the underside of the bed rails when you tighten the clamps. Before installing the Xsporter onto your truck, be sure to clean the bed rails and remove any dirt or debris. Then place the rubber shims on the bed rail underneath the base assembly at the locations where you plan to have the rack mounted. The mount locations can vary for each bed design and may require adjustments to avoid interference with the mounting hardware. With the rack positioned at our desired location, slide the C-clamps onto the base assembly groove and place the inside clamp as close to the quick dial as possible. Before tightening, place the clamp foot onto the bolt and then proceed to tighten the clamp. The outer clamp should be placed as far back on the base assembly as possible, having at least 3 inches of space in between each clamp, or the load capacity will be drastically reduced. Note that some plastic over the rail bed liners may need to be modified in order for the Xsporter to mount properly. To allow the height adjustability to function properly, you need to make sure the uprights are square. This can be done by setting the height of the rack to the highest upright position and then measure from the base inside leg post to inside leg post. Match that measurement when measuring the upper inside leg dimension, and then center the crossbar and tighten the bolts to secure the legs to the crossbars. If you properly measured the uprights, the rack should raise and lower without any issues. Simply loosen the quick dial knobs and allow the rack to lower in the down position. Then pull up evenly on both sides to raise the rack up to your desired location, and then tighten the quick knob dials. Once you have the Xsporter mounted to your truck, install the 4 end caps and 2 rubber protective strips. The end caps are easily fastened with a single Allen bolt, and the rubber strips are pressed into a T-slot on the top of the crossbar. The Xsporter Pro includes 2 locking clamp covers and 2 locking upright end caps. To ensure the rack is locked, install one of each on the front rack and one of each on the rear rack. To install the upright locking cap, insert the key into the lock core and insert the cap into the bottom of the upright, then turn the key 90 degrees to lock the end cap. The other 2 uprights are installed using plastic plugs. To secure the locking clamp cover, simply slide the clamp cover onto the bottom of the clamp that has the locking spacer and turn the key 90 degrees to lock the clamp cover in place. And that wraps up the Thule 500 Xsporter aluminum truck rack installation. If you have any questions pertaining to the truck rack, please call us at 1-800-272-5362.